Hello, and well, welcome back after that intermission. I'm Lord Mouse here today with Nico Hart.
Hello, I am Nico Hart, and this is Lord Mouse.
Yes, so we're going to be doing a any % run of tERRORbane, and without further ado, I think we're getting into a new game. Where's the time start? Doesn't matter too much.
It's the timer!
Yeah. Where's the timer start? Yeah. Start, it's fine. It's like, I'll roll this bit. Yeah, sorry.
We're fine, we're fine.
I remember when I did this after like already having the save files, it actually prompts you, hey, do you want to start a new game? And I didn't expect it not doing that. So there was a first scroll and we skipped that. So now the developer's coming in asking us or telling us, how dare you skip that? I worked so hard on that. So now we're getting a second scroll. We could skip this as well. However, because this is a speedrun, we want to go for the fastest one. And this is, from my testing so far, the fastest one. There will be some glitches here and there, some textures that will be broken, text that might actually be flying out of the screen. Yeah, this, for example, you see like the goddess is actually like split across the two parchment parts there.
So we're almost going so fast as breaking the game already.
Yeah, it's like, isn't that what speedruns are about? Just like going so fast that you're breaking it. And then the dev is coming in like, oh, you weren't even paying attention, right? So we're actually like, we listened, or we read rather, and we're like answering honestly. So that's fine. Now, we're just letting this scroll a bit more. We can't skip it anymore now because it's like a bit too late. Third scroll has some fun stuff as well, but it's like, as I said, fastest run, maybe another 100% in the future, who knows? At another ESA. That is a gigantic goddess, all of a sudden.
Just in case you couldn't see them the first time.
Yeah. Just like making sure accessibility and everything, you know. It's like #1 at this game. Yeah, all of a sudden we have Borg the Undying working on this. We're just going to match this for the first one. And the dev's telling us, wait, that's not a mallet. What? It's like, pick the wrong option, it's fine. If I remember correctly, the correct option didn't actually save that much time. Maybe like 1 or 2 dialog boxes. A funny thing with the dialog boxes, if you skip them too fast, the game will actually like, or it could actually soft lock. So you want to get into sort of a rhythm. But yeah, so don't think I properly managed to explain this at the beginning. The dev has made a bug-free game. That's
We've quoted inverted quote marks, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we actually answered correctly here, and well, basically, that's the dev's asking us, oh, how did you know that? They didn't even come up. Oh, you're probably cheating. No, you're probably not. So over here, we're just gonna do ESA to get into the line with the late timer start. You can pick most names if you put something in like but. The dev is actually putting in like something, like it's clearing it, like in some other games. But he's putting tERRORbane in because like, that's the correct name. Now Nico's going to take over in this town over here.
Yeah, so fun thing about the actual name selection, if you put one letter, it's actually going to complain at you. Like, you need to enter more than 2 letters. So here we are in the Whiskerberg. So a neat little fun fact about the whole of tERRORbane is that it's basically filled with references up the absolute wazoo. This is very reminiscent of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past because of it being the town-like area. So we're just going to be skipping all the people, like all the dialogue and stuff, and just going straight to the castle. They're going to be like, hey, you can't just come in here. You need to give us something so that we can let you in. So we've been kind of tasked with getting the 3 elemental stones, Ocarina of Time, and we're going to go to Lester because Lester actually does have an elemental stone. He goes, hey, it's in my basement. Here's a key. Not sus at all. No. So into the basement we go. And this is where we start to see the quirks, the fun of the game, because it's behind this box, but we can't get through it, so how else can we do it?
We just move the entire room instead.
Exactly. It's just like, you know, just as like absolute physics, as it should be. Same as it ever was. After that, we are going to be heading to the temple. Again, another Ocarina of Time reference, to pick up the water elemental stone. And from there, it's it's where it starts to really kick off just how bug-free this game is. The developer is so up, like, you know, he's so, there's a word I'm looking for where it's like not notorious, but, you know, he's very adamant that everything's absolutely fine. Yeah. And that, yeah. All right. It's not looking too good, is it? So by doing that, we're basically unleashed a lot of bugs that was hidden away. is going to be removing all of the tile maps. It's corrupting everything. We can start to see the code base behind the game. And, yeah. Eesh.
All of a sudden, everything's gone.
And
Why
you
do
just
I
see
have
loads
overlays
of people
on?
spinning around.
No! Let's hope nobody else is actually quickly going in there. I'm going into a game. I hate having not set up Steam properly on... It's the first thing I should have checked, honestly.
It's fine. But here's the fun thing, is that we're thrown into a text-based adventure,
Yes.
so it's not just a normal, Legend of Zelda style game. It's a chocker full of, like, different games, references, styles. So here, when we're being thrown in, we're going to be going further into the entrance of the dungeon. We're going to try to enter, but they're going to try to say, hey, riddle me this. So we have to answer a few riddles. We just pummel them with a sword. That's the best way to answer a riddle, isn't it? It's just like, oi, get out of my way. So we say, oh, they say, oh, just go in, yeah. So we're going to go yonder, and we're going to find the Stone of Fire. But before we can actually touch it, we're going to say, it's a little bit suspicious. I'm not going to just grab it immediately. And then the room starts to, like, shake a little bit. So we grab the stone, and we get out of dodge, basically.
Yeah.
So, huzzah, we get the stone. The king's just like, yeah, thank you for stone and everything, and go look for a sword, but it crashes.
Yeah. Just straight up crashes, and then it's actually doing a reboot. It's like, just so meta. I love these type of games.
So again, you can see by that little result screen there are so many different like bugs that you can find. It's like, again, as long as the 100% collection of the game, there's so many cool references. I would highly urge people to play this because
you're
like,
not even seeing half of the game. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like there's so much more in this game. Even like all the bugs, all the references, I highly recommend grabbing it. It's like, I think the last time it was on sale was actually last month, like 30%. It's like maybe there's some
bad, actually.
Yeah, so maybe there's another sale like coming up soon. So yeah, now we're in safe mode on the developer's desktop screen, and we're just gonna like wait for 4 arrow screens to pop up. We can actually press them away, then we boot up tERRORbane again. My friend is starting Binding of Isaac again. Wonderful. I hate this. Okay, now we're back in this menu, and it's asking us, oh, do you want to run the wizard to like help with the recovery of your corrupted save file? And this looks familiar. So the wizard is basically telling us, oh, this world is inhabited by creatures called bugs. And now he's asking us a few things. We can actually sacrifice him or tell him, we actually sacrificed you before.
I don't feel good, Mr. Wizard.
There's a few things that this changes, like the option you pick there. But it's not, well, I don't know, spoiler-wise. I don't know what I should say about this now.
No.
It's like there are changes, but in the end, you will still be able to complete the game. That's what I mean. Yeah, so now we're actually being attacked with a view down to, what was the city again that you mentioned?
Midgar from the Final Fantasy players.
And as you see in this like battle screen here, this is also very reminiscent of Final Fantasy. So what we're going to do is we're attacking them with our limit attack. And this is quite the powerful move. So obviously they stand no chance. We don't even look at the slices after we do them, or like the damage that's being done. They vanish. All of a sudden, we have the leader of the bunch. You know him well. Guido.
Nice reference there.
And
even in the game.
Yeah. And he's actually messing with the developer console. Now I'm thinking, why didn't we do that before? Maybe we didn't have access. Who knows? Why does he have access? We also don't know. He's just going to a complete low, messing with us, or messing with the console, because the dev isn't here anymore. We rebooted the game, and the dev's like out now. So this is why the actual quirks of like the fights that are coming up is actually coming in. Because you're not like being attacked by the enemies in like itself. You're like being attacked with exploits. And these exploits are pretty reminiscent of WarioWare. It's like small 5-second mini games that you actually need to like complete. There's a lot of different ones. When we were doing practice yesterday, like a practice run, there was actually one that came up that I didn't see before. So it was like pretty fun. So yeah, now Leorion is going to do a stand-up. Well, it's going to stand up rather, and do the Aura move or Fist of the North Star. It's like
Jojo, either or.
Yeah. So now, all of a sudden, we're the new admin. Spoiler, we can't mess with the dev console still. We're still being attacked by exploits. For whatever reason.
I really wanted to just go nerdy, then just go, we just got pseudo.
Yeah. What's the other pseudo with the P in front?
I only know pseudo.
Pseudo, the other spelling, which is also like pronounced pseudo, isn't it?
I threw one nerd reference, I think I'm good enough, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Leorion's gonna look down at the city. Oh, it's like completely in ruins. We need to find the king. So what we're gonna be doing is we're actually like going down out from this like vantage point, and we're heading into the vault, which is another reference to, in this case, what could it be?
Fallout?
Who knows? Yeah, Fallout. So Vault 404, we have Lester and Dana talking. Dana is basically telling us, meet me at the scrapyard. We're going to talk with her there. But first we have to talk with Lester. So Lester's explaining a few things to us about the developer and whatnot. Now we're heading to the scrapyard, which is to our east. Or the garage, whatever you want to call it. And there we are not going to be talking to Dana, because I suck at talking to women. So we're instead talking with this little friend, George, who is a bit corrupted. And as you see in the top left, we can now use George as an interaction on items. Or if we aren't on an item, he's just going to say no. So we are now
no.
We're now heading to the top right of the map to a giant crystal that is actually splitting the two parts of the map. And in between, we will get two fights with exploits that I don't know. So, like, I do know them, but, like...
So these exploits are all RNG at the same time as well?
So we basically now have to restore everything. It's good. And then the attack is just automatic. Oh, actually got the Nyan Leorian.
Script_Nyan?
Yes, and the music is also a bit
Oh my god! That's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen that before. That's awesome.
Oh, you haven't? Not even in your playthrough?
I mean, maybe, but it's been so long, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sometimes the texture on our tERRORbane, on our character, is also like glitching a bit, so that's a bit fun. And then you can just keep walking. As long as you don't stop, it's the same like glitch. So yeah, another fight spawn here. And then we're... Cauliflower. Like the enemy names, so good. Another restore. Wish I could have shown another one. Okay, so first restoring here, and restoring here, and then restoring here as well. And then we're getting another attack, summoning goddess vibes. Oh, tears, so what did that say? What did I read? Okay, and another victory. Perfect. So more arrows like solved, but more generated as well. So now we're going up to the crystal over here, and we are going to be using George. And all of a sudden, all of the...
Oh!
Yep. He's a giant! And now the...
He just basically merges into the crystal.
Yes.
That's George.
Yes. So now we're getting this divided. And, well, a bit too much. So the divider, rather, isn't there anymore. Barrier, so we can't just go through. And then we're over in the resistance. And Nico's taking over again.
Yeah, so we've just got, like, launched with all the Georges, because we just split this sort of, like, the magical divide that basically wasn't allowing us to go anywhere. So George helped us out, and now we are back. We'd like to say we're trying to figure out where we are, because we don't know. And we basically took a shortcut, literal shortcut, to the Fallout vault again. So nice old back door, again, all the computer technical references. And the king's going to tell us that we should continue our journey, defeat the archdemon, and everyone's coming back together. The whole party returns, even George.
Yep.
So now we got the ability to be able to use George again when the time calls, which I don't think we're really going to be using George
no,
anymore.
we're not using George
Actually,
anymore.
kind of, but not really. But let's just go over to the Mountain George and quickly turn on online mode to get some hints. And there's a nice Dark Souls reference, which actually tells us the Konami code. So normally when we go over to the mountains here, we're going to be doing another video game reference of Ski Free. And we're going to... It will tell us what inputs to put in, but we're going to say, hey, script, let's do the Konami code.
Got it, on the controller.
Nicely done. And whee!
Yeah, so this is
all the way
skipping
to
like...
the moon.
This is skipping like a third of the game, I'd say. Just because of that. There's so much stuff
like maybe
in that section alone.
Half, maybe.
Do you
it's
really
a lot.
think half?
We're gonna be launching like right to the end of the game, basically. So
nice reference.
me to the moon.
Yeah, nice references up there as well.
There we go. There's the result screen. Perfect. So we don't need to fight another boss that would be called Kuborg because we're already going to be at the legendary blade. The dev is just like, how on earth did you get to the end? This is not possible. I'm complaining you. I'm mad. But that's all. It's just he can be mad. That's fine. So we're very near the final battle. How ominous. So we're going to go inside and we're going to be picking up the blade. Now here's yet again another Legend of Zelda reference. Of course, the Temple of Time. And there's going to be another reference very shortly again in a second because we're not going to be able to pick up the blade. Basically like Arthur and the stone, I think it is, or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
And our character level is not high enough to actually equip it. So the dev is just like,
have a look. You're
I mean,
level 43?
I wish I wouldn't skip through the developer stuff because it's such a good voiceover.
Like, the amount of fourth wall breaking from the developer as well just makes the quality of this game even better. So now that we've got the Legendary Blade, it's basically like another sort of developer console sort of situation, so we can actually hack the game yet a little bit more.
Yeah,
so,
it's a debug tool, effectively.
Yeah. So we're going to be using that blade against Zonda, the final boss. And there's many different ways that we can attack Zonda. Lord Master is going to be going to a couple of dedicated ones, but there's loads of different areas around here or like objects that you can change to an avail that will do in the form of an attack.
Also, get ready on time soon. There's 3 attacks that I'm doing here, 3 tricks, and then there's time. Technically. There's no leaderboard, so nice. I just bonked into him.
So you're going to go over to this little crack here and then turn it into a recycle bin. That's going to, like, basically, when you do something, Zonda's going to spawn into the same area that you did a thing, and then the recycle bin is going to recycle Zonda and take off a lot of health. About a third, I think?
So you have to do 3 attacks.
It's about a third, yeah. And we've got to go over to this little, light over here. And then it's just going to randomly collide into Zonda and have a third off.
Listen.
Okay. And I think you're now going to go over to the HB bar and turn it green. So it's a very big Minecraft reference of you being poisoned. And there we go. That's the last hit.
Just takes a bit.
Don't worry. Let me just change a few variables and it...
Okay, ready for time?
Okay, enough, boys.
Time. So, technically there's a bit more towards the end, but as I said, there are no leaderboards. I don't really have the time to mod for one either. So this is technically the final input. After that, there's one more, but it doesn't like... you can't mess it up. So, for fairness, because of like the spamming and whatnot, the text boxes and such, I just thought, okay, let's just end it there. Yeah, the final fight.
This is a nice way to end your run anyway, with the final visual of George.
Yeah. So we're actually using the limit attack once more, but this time it's the Omni Total Buster EX. We're going to use a lot of attacks here. And then... miss. And then the dev is basically telling us, how did you miss? That's a 1 in 999 trillion chance. Okay, I'll just change his HP to 0. There he is.
And done.
Yep. And all of a sudden, peace is brought back to Whiskerberg and co.
And everything is the same way as it ever was. Everything's back to normal. The goddess is going to come down. It's going to be like, okay, you won. Cool. Thank you. Cheers. All right, you're cool. Let's go. Bye. You know, doesn't really care.
Yeah.
It's like they've been saved so many times.
Everybody's happy, hooray. Yeah, so the reason I didn't do ESA in all caps, we forgot to mention that. If your name is only capital letters, or uppercase, the dev's actually screaming at you, stop playing video games. The dev is actually screaming at you and being like, you don't have to shout! So it's also pretty fun. Yeah, and then we're being like shown a few credits, not all of them, because, you know, the game is like bit meta again. Story writer, lead programmer, art director. But then, however, the dev's coming in again.
Damn, this name is everywhere. I thought I deleted every instance of it from the game.
Because he changed it at the beginning and everywhere in game.
There. Way better.
I disagree. ESA is way better.
Yeah, and this is the actual credits. we can like skip through this. So yeah, that was tERROrbane, the Any % run. As I said, and Nico as well, there's so much more stuff that you can see and like find in this game, do in this game. There's also some stuff that I have to grab Nico for and force him to play through. Because he didn't actually do all of it. You didn't do all of it.
I know, so, I promise I will.
We will find some time, trust me. But yeah, as I said, like big shoutouts in this case to tERROrbane and to the devs, to Nico Hart as well. Thank you so much for being on commentary with me for this silly little game.
Of course, friends.
For the people that were actually watching as well, thank you. And of course to ESA for letting me run this at this event. And there's one more thing. So there's a Lunstice race tomorrow that I'm taking part in, and there's a donation incentive that you can actually donate for that will make it so I have to play the game mirrored. Granted, with controls mirrored as well, so when I walk to the right, it's still walking to the right. But that would be a bit of a handicap for me, so donate for that. And with that, on to the next run, which I think was GTA 2 by Tez? Yes. So GTA time, and I'm taking my leave for now. Enjoy the next run and the rest of ESA.